Okay, guys. So as I was saying before, every time we're adding a new piece of data, we're also adding 30 more trials. So adding Jay-Z and Beyonce in there. So 25 plus 47 is 72. And then I'm adding another 30, which gives me 120. So 72 out of 120 is 0.6, but I know that really means 60%. And then 48 out of 90. Oh, gosh, I did it again, you guys. 48 out of 120 is 40%. Okay, so that should be a good demonstration for you out as how to complete your chart with the whole class data. So you're taking everybody's data and you're adding it in and keeping a running total as you calculate out the percents. Okay, so once you are done with that, you are going to answer the questions that are down below. Okay, so you've done all of your combining of all of your data up here. And then you're going to think about the possible results when you toss two coins. I would really like for you to make a tree diagram here. So that's kind of why I had you watch that video to start with. And then tell me, based on the number of ways each result can occur, do a match and a no match have the same chance of happening? Now up here, I want you to be sure that you're using the proper notation. So remember, when we're talking about the probability of a match, you should be using this proper notation. So if I'm talking about a match, that's my desired outcome. When you're looking at your tree diagram, you're going to think about the actual probability. So however many different combinations you found, that's what you're going to put for total trials. However many different ways make a match, that's what you're going to put for how often it occurred. Do your best with this. And, when you get those questions answered, check them over with your partner and see how you did. The next thing that I have for you to do when you are done with this, so again, try and use a tree diagram to answer that question and show your different combinations. That's a good way to make sure that you have all of the different possibilities represented. Okay, when you finish with the investigation, the next thing that you are responsible for is working on your homework. So let's look at your homework to make sure that we know what we are doing. Okay, so you're going to be looking at experimental probability and theoretical probability. And you have a spinner that I put up here for you. So the spinner is numbered from 1 to 10, and each spot has an equal possibility of being chosen. They're all equal size. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to look at each question. So this one is asking you, what's the probability of spinning a 9? So you're going to take a look and you're going to first write the fraction. How many total possibilities are there, and how many of them include the number 9? So I'll do this one with you guys. So when we're looking at that spinner, there are 10 total spaces, and one of them is 9. So that means 1 out of 10. You have a 1 out of 10 chance of it landing on 9. So now we need to write this as a decimal. So I know my decimals, and I know that I can just put a 0.1, but I want to show you in case you're not sure. So what you do when you're turning this into a decimal is you do your numerator divided by your denominator, which gives you 0.1. And then to find that as a percent, you just find the 2 decimal places. And since there's not another number next to this 1, to the left, to the right of the 1, we put it as a 0. So 10%. So you're going to look at each of these. For number 8, you're looking at how many possibilities are even. Then for number 9, you're looking at how many are greater than 0. And number 10, you're looking at how many are a multiple of 4. So finish this up. Make sure you have fraction, decimal, and percent for each one. And then you're going to come down and you're going to look at these guys down here. So for this one, you have 8 marbles, 8 blue marbles, 9 orange marbles, and 6 yellow marbles. So now you're going to have to look at how many marbles are in your bag and what's the probability of being blue or yellow. Number 13 is a little bit more challenging. For this one, you're going to think about what would you need to do so that blue marbles made up 1/3 of the bag. What I want you to remember, so you can either add or remove, But if you do that, you're changing the total of that color, but you're also changing the total of the whole bag. So make sure you pay attention to this one. Good luck with this one. I do expect you to try your best on this problem. Okay, so as soon as you are done working on your homework, your next responsibility is to do your exit slip. So your exit slip is, what are you going to do to be amazing today? And then I would like for you to work on your extra credit. I'm really counting on you to be amazing and good leaders today, and I cannot wait to hear about how things went for our class.